This is on Town Hall on Saturday. Cleveland officials traced the cases back to the debate before Trump was on site. Let me give you the facts according to health officials and the officials at the site where the debate was held, and you tell me if there's something or isn't something very interesting and or fishy going on here. Officials for the city of Cleveland said 11 cases of the Chinese export could be traced back to the September 29th presidential debate. The cases were a result of debate pre-planning and setup, with the majority of cases impacting out-of-state travelers, particularly debate organizers and members of the media. Members of the media, out-of-state travelers, and debate organizers. Remember that. Part of the tracing that's being deployed will focus on identifying residents who may have been at the debate. Before the event, the Cleveland Clinic, which oversaw the health and safety measures at the debate, said there was a very low risk of exposure, very low risk level of exposure. Quote, based on what we know about the virus and the safety measures we had in place, we believe there's a low risk of exposure to our guests, the Cleveland Clinic said in a statement before Tuesday's debate. Even though 11 cases were traced back to the pre-debate planning, the Cleveland Clinic made one thing clear. Every single person with credentials who went into the debate had to have a negative test. So everyone that was there had to have a test, yet somehow there was people there that were from the pre-debate that were there, and they traced back cases to people that were there pre-debate. Okay, that doesn't sound fishy in and of itself, but check this out. It appears that they don't know all of these people that were there before. You would think that during a pandemic, at a place where the president is going to be, even before the pre-debate, the people who are going to be setting up and doing things, they would also be screened. But check this out. In the event the person's case stems from the debate, the individual will be asked who they are employed by. Why wouldn't they already know that? Who they were in contact with at the debate. Why would they not already know that? Why would Secret Service not already know that? How they got to the debate, okay? How long they were there, and if they did any traveling recently or attended any other mass gathering, the city explained. So maybe the city doesn't have all of the information and all the details, but I think it's very suspect, very questionable, at the very least, very curious that this thing was tightly controlled, yet there were people there in the pre-debate that seem to not have been fully vetted. I assure you that all of that is being corrected right now, if it hasn't already. I'm sure the Secret Service and others are on top of this. As more word or as the story develops, I will definitely keep you posted. But another thing that seems very, very curious to me is all the people that have this so far that have come out all appear to be Republicans. Isn't that interesting? The Gateway reporting here that Fox News, they got the information from Fox News, who provided a list of Americans who had contracted the virus along with the president, and all of these people are Republicans. In other words, no one on the Biden camp got it. It includes, of course, President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump, senior White House advisor Hope Hicks, the first one we found out that had it, Trump campaign manager Bill Stepien, RNC chair Ronna McDaniel, Senator Mike Lee from Utah, Senator Tom Tillis from North Carolina, former advisor Kellyanne Conway, and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. That's an interesting list, to say the least. Once again, I showed you the article there from Town Hall about what they're doing over in Cleveland and roundabouts. We'll find out who these people are and how this happened, and if the origin of this truly came from the pre-debate. There's news floating out there that there may not be a second debate because of President Trump being sick and him not wanting to be exposed. Perhaps now we understand why that might be, if the origin of this was pre-debate persons at the Cleveland Clinic. And of course, this gives Joe Biden absolute carte blanche to just say, I'm worried about my health, no more public debates. Even though, of course, they could still do it electronically, right? They could still do it virtually. We have that technology. This is 2020, not 1920. So, folks, I want to hear your thoughts down below. Do you think this is fishy, or is this just tinfoil hat stuff? Or is there something to this? I have said for a long time that this unwanted Chinese virus is some sort of biological tool being used by the CCP. You don't believe me? How come you have all these people singing the praises of China and how they handled it? It originated there, yet they allowed the people from that area of China to travel the world, but they didn't let them travel to other parts of their own country. Doesn't matter what the health organizations are saying, doesn't matter what the globalists are saying, or the Mockingbird Marxist media muppets are repeating. All the facts seem to indicate, let me just put a little bit more in a more weak stance than an affirmative stance. All of the evidence seems to indicate that China was very much aware of what was leaving its country and was funneling it to the Western world while protecting their own people from the same export. Something to think about.
And the idea that they're kicking it off to the